Hi boys and girls. Okay, last week we painted and created the grass that we're going to weave our snakes through. So today it's time for us to make the actual snakes that we're going to be weaving into our grass, okay? We're going to be doing it similar to this, but on a little bit smaller scale. So let me show you how that's going to work, okay? You will have strips of paper on your table that are, these are called 1-inch strips. They're about 1 inch wide. And then you'll also have some 1/2 inch strips that are about 1/2 inch wide, okay? And right now I just have black and orange, but there'll be a variety of colors. And what I want you to do is pick, you're gonna do 5 snakes. So you're just gonna pick out, start with one 1-inch strip, so 1 inch wide, and find another color that you think, oops, these are the 1-inch ones too. These should actually be over here. Find a 1/2 inch stripe that you think would be a good contrasting color. Now, orange doesn't really show up that good on red, so I probably wouldn't pick orange for red, but black would be a good contrast to that, okay? So you're going to pick a good contrasting color and glue that right down the middle of your snake. Okay, and depending on what glue we have, a glue stick works good for this, or the dot glue will work for this too. If you're using the dot glue, just use it on the skinny strip, right? So you know where you want your glue to be, because if you put it down the fat one, or the wide one, you might end up with more glue than you need, okay? So just dot your glue on, stick it right down the middle, and then to make sure this doesn't get mixed up with everyone else at your table, be sure you flip it over and write your name and class code on the back, because when we go to weave with these, we want to know whose is whose. And let's see, you would either be in 2A or 2B or 2C. Okay, put whichever one you're in on there, okay? And then set that aside. Now, how many more do I need? I need 4 more, okay? So I'm going to create 4 more just based on whatever I think. So I'm going to actually pick this blue one because I think the orange will look cool on the blue. Yep, there we go. So I'm going to do that one. So I'm going to have a blue and a red. Oh, by the way, if you want yours to coordinate, like you might want to think about this. You might want to think, you know, I'm going to do kind of a color scheme, and I don't know if I like those two together. And actually, I don't. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to pick, I think I'm going to do like a black snake, because that'll go with the black in this one. And I'll put orange on that one instead. And then maybe I'll do a gray snake with orange. Yeah. And then let's see, I'll go back to another black one. Actually, I need more colors here. If you can't find the skinny colors that you need, there is a trick to that. You can actually take one of these lighter ones and you can cut it right down the middle, and I'll make you 2 skinnies. If you're limited on colors and you're going, wait a minute, I really want some skinny, like maybe I want some skinny blues. Here, I'm gonna move this over. I could tie it together that way with a skinny blue one, right? If I have a wide blue one and a skinny blue one. Let's see, I have a lot of orange in here. What if I take the orange and make that red to go with my red snake here? Yeah, I think I'll do that. All right, so you'll probably have more variety on the skinnies than I do. I just didn't have time to make a lot of them. I'm actually going to make a gray skinny too, so I can alternate that. I think I'm going to limit myself to 3 colors. My 3 colors are going to be black, gray, and red. So I'm going to take and put some gray on a red one. Let's see here. And then I've got black on a red one, and I'm going to put red on a black one and red on a gray one. So there I have 4 different snakes that are kind of coordinated, right? They look similar. They will look good together, I think, when I weave them through the grass. But I need 1 more, okay? And I think I'm just going to do black. I'll do one that's the same as one of the other ones. So I'm going to do black and gray. Okay. All right, I've got my 5 snakes. Once I glue these down, then I'm ready to make the snake heads, okay? And Mrs. Walker has stapled a piece of paper into 6 layers for you. What I want you to do is take one of the snake head tracers Mrs. Walker's made for you, just lay it on there, and I'm going to try to find the edge that's open, that doesn't have any folds. If you do it on a folded edge, it's not the end of the world. You just have to cut your snake heads apart if that happens. Okay, so take that snake head tracer and do exactly what we just said is trace. It's a tracer, so just trace it with your pencil onto your paper and then cut it out. And I stapled these so that it kind of will help you hold it while you're cutting it. So you're going to cut all 6 layers at once. And then you should have 6 snake heads. Now you don't need 6, but it gives you one extra one in case you lose one or you make one and you don't like it. Okay. So once you have your snake heads, then you can actually add, like, you don't have to, but you could add eyes to them. I'm going to add eyes to mine. If it is a poisonous snake, it would not have a round pupil. It would have a pupil that's shaped like this, so you can decide if you want yours to be poisonous. If it's poisonous, it's an ellipse shape in there. If you're going to add a tongue, that would be something we'd add after we're done weaving. We could always add tongues to these. Don't add your tongues right now, okay? I'm just going to leave mine like that. You could make a design on their head if you wanted it to have a design. You could even add designs to your strips if you end up wanting to. I don't know if I'm going to or not. I guess time will decide. If you get all of yours made and you have time to add a few little design lines, you could do that, okay? All right, so let's see. This is the one that I have glued, so this is the one I'm going to glue it onto. When you get to this point, you're going to glue your snake head onto one end. I'm going to glue it on this end if it fits better there. Go ahead and glue that on. And then these go in your table folder, so they're ready for us for next week, okay? So you should have in your table folder, when you leave today, 5 snakes with your name and class code on the back, okay? And then you know what to do to clean up. Be sure you wipe off your glue. Any extra strips, Mrs. Walker will have a place for you to put those, probably up on the supply table. We'll want to keep them separated by wide strips and skinny strips, so if you're done ahead of everybody else, you could organize the strips into different piles. If you have leftover snake heads, just see if anyone else needs them. I'm not going to have this many left over, right? I'm going to only have 1 left over when I get these all glued together. All right. Have fun.